Beleza, então, gente, grande prazer aí. Hoje estamos falando com Jenny Roche, uma escritora britânica muito importante que produziu este livro aqui, Teach Yourself Comedy Writing, um livro que foi uma referência para a nossa produção de roteiros para o Netfake, para a nossa série. E por um prazer muito grande, por uma possibilidade que apareceu aí, a gente conseguiu estar em contato com a Jenny Roche. Provavelmente ela não está entendendo nada do que eu estou falando, mas não tem problema. Vou passar aqui para a língua dela e aí a gente começa a conversar. So, hello Jenny, how are you?
Hello, and well done for pronouncing my surname properly. A lot of people pronounce it differently, but you got it right. So well done.
Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry I had to start speaking Portuguese. Probably you didn't understand what I was saying, but I was not saying anything bad about you.
I'll believe you.
Okay. So Jenny, let's talk a little bit about you. Who are you? Where were you born? How were you raised? And what led you to be a writer? And more than that, what led you to be a comedy writer?
Well, I was born in Manchester. My dad used to come home from work with jokes he'd heard there. He used to tell them to us. We never laughed at them. As an introduction to comedy. But as a child, I was an avid reader. I read loads and loads of books, just loved reading. And I think it made me a little bit better at using words, how to use them. So at school, I was good at writing essays and stories. But my first success with any writing as a child, I think it was about 9 or 10, was a poem that was published in a local newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was a teenager, I wanted to be a writer, but I didn't know how you went about that. I didn't know how you did it. There was no writing courses. I didn't know any books on writing. But when I was an adult, after having children and that, I thought, I would like to be a writer. And I moved to Liverpool, and Liverpool University was running short continuing education writing courses, and there's also quite a few writing groups around. So I joined the writing groups and went on as many courses as I could: creative writing courses in video production, radio production, freelance journalism, photography, cartoon production. So how did I get into comedy? Well, I never thought of myself as being a funny person. Sometimes I'd say something and people would laugh at it, and I couldn't really understand what they were laughing at. When I started writing, I wrote short stories, and people were laughing at them, and I still couldn't understand what they were laughing at. Anyway, one tutor suggested, why didn't I try writing comedy seriously? So I thought, well, I might give that a do. I think he meant do it in a serious thing rather than write serious comedy. If there is such a thing. Now at that time there was 2 BBC topical radio shows, so we all sent stuff off to that, and eventually, after many weeks of submitting stuff, I got some sketches and one-liners on, and best of all, I got paid for them. It's something. So that's how I got started in comedy, really. I just took one step at a time. So I didn't see myself as a comedy writer to start with, just kept taking one step at a time. And even at this point, I didn't particularly see myself as a comedy writer because I was still getting some rejections. So I did all the kinds of writing as well. I did article writing for magazines and newspapers. I just spread myself across everything, basically. Done all the courses, had a bit of an idea how to do things. So that's how I got started. I was always very shy and quiet. And I think as a writer, you need to be like that because you're observing people, you're taking things in. As a performer, you're a more extrovert person, you're going out there and doing things. That wasn't me.
This is
I
really
think a lot of comedy writers. Sorry?
this is really interesting, and it reminds me of a Brazilian writer. His name is Luis Fernando Veríssimo, and he is really the funny in his writing, but
Yeah,
actually his persona, his personality is really shy.
yeah,
Interesting. I think that you have a bond like this.
yeah. I think all writers do. There's a difference between being a performer and being a writer.
Interesting.
So,
So I would like to ask you about your work on TV, theater, and stand-up comedy. That
yeah.
you produce texts for this kind of genre.
Well, there's mostly sketches I was doing, which are short comedy scripts. For radio, the maximum is about 3 minutes, but for these topical shows, it's like 1 minute or even less. Also, one-liners, so that's just a setup and a punchline, basically. I'd had a few bits of success with these topical radio shows. Because I wanted to do more, I actually joined the Comedy Writers Association in the UK. I eventually became chair and market information officer. That opened up a lot of doors for me. Not only radio shows, but TV sketch shows, including sketch shows in Germany, Belgium, Sweden. Basically, we just send our stuff up in English and they translate it. Not always very well.
Did you have an idea that you could influence people in South America?
It'd be really good if that did happen, yes. I mean, that book has been sold all around the world. There was like 3,000 copies went over to America. And hopefully people will get something.
All right. And we are part of an independent group, me and other guys. And the name of the group is like Open Manhole Company. And yeah, and this is not by accident. Like we open the manhole on the street and all the rats and dirty go out, you know. It's just a parody of those noir movies, you know. You said it's private eye films.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what did you feel and how did you like the material I sent you? It's the spotted umbrella crime, or as we say in Portuguese, o crime do guarda-chuva de bolinhas.
Right.
Please.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was well put together. Very good production values, you know, to film and stuff. Good actors as well. There's one or two little things about the way the story was organised. Thought might be a little bit better, but the basic thing was good. I mean, just seeing the, you know, the hard edge, the detective there, that was amusing to start with. And when the femme fatale, can't say it now, I haven't got French either, femme fatale came in, that was really amusing. It wasn't what you'd expected. And that is a lot of comedy, it's what you're not expecting. If it's expected, you know, it's usual, but if it's something different, I mean, the whole thing was totally zany. It worked really well. A lot of visual stuff there, so it was well filmed. So it was good, just little touches that maybe you could change, but in the dialogue and that. But basically, it was very, very good. You did a good job.
Great, thank you. I had to confess that Jane Delane was a little bit drunk when we were shooting the movie, but okay. It was part of a series called Netfake, which is a kind of wordplay with Netflix. It's not fake Netflix, you know. And there are 5 episodes, and we are starting to shoot the other ones now.
Look forward to seeing those.
Okay, so if you wanna say something for those who are starting to write, just to make a final thing here.
Just keep doing it. You'll get somewhere eventually. Also, learn as much as you can about it. Watch comedy, learn about it, read about it, see what works best for you and what doesn't work, and just keep going at it, keep trying. That's all you can do.
So Jenny, thank you very much. I will shift to Portuguese a little bit just to say goodbye to those who are going to watch it, right? Então, gente, muito interessante aqui a conversa com a Jenny Roche. Ela falou bastante sobre a experiência dela, sobre as referências, falou um pouquinho sobre o nosso curta, O Crime do Guarda-Chuva de Bolinhas. Foi uma honra muito grande que ela tenha assistido e tenha também dado a sua opinião e os seus pontos aí sobre o nosso trabalho. Uma honra muito grande. É isso aí, gente. Muito obrigado. Se inscrevam aí, curtam, compartilhem, façam tudo que a gente já sabe. Todo vídeo do YouTube fala a mesma coisa. So, Jenny, thank you very much for your presence here. I have no words to express how happy I was to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.